welcome to the Bober Academy Football Podcast. We are excited to bring back our Lineman of the Week series here for the 2022 season, where we're going to be highlighting great offensive line play throughout the Omaha metro area and surrounding areas. We're going to bring high school offensive linemen onto the show and their coaches and talk about their season, what they're doing, and everything to do with offensive line play. This podcast is brought to you by the Bober Academy. I started the Bober Academy in 2019 with the mission to train and develop superior linemen to dominate on the gridiron. I'm your host, Chris Bober, 8-year NFL veteran. I've started games in the NFL at every offensive line position, and I love dealing with anything to do with football, especially the offensive line. Now, if you are listening to this podcast, we're on your podcast app. Just be sure to click the subscribe button. So make sure that you're getting notified of our weekly shows. We do a lot of different shows out there. Also, if you're watching us on YouTube, click the little button down there to subscribe to our channel, and also the notification bell. We would love your comments and your feedback. And if you're seeing this anywhere out there on social media, feel free to like, share, retweet, comment, whatever goes on out there in the social media world. We want to spread the message of great offensive line play. So thank you for joining us. Let's get to the show. All right, so this week in the Bober Academy Football Podcast, we are welcoming the crew from Elkhorn North. Like, Elkhorn North is just in their third year of existence, and today we have Coach Jackson Seim here. We have left tackle Cole Sharar and left guard Matt Winters. Of course, they play defense too. They're big studs out there. But guys, welcome to the podcast.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Nice. Well, you guys are coming off a heck of a week, man. Having only been around a couple of years, you started out, you didn't have seniors, and it's hard to build a program. It's hard to build the culture you want there, to get guys on board. And it seems like you guys are finally hitting your stride. And to open the 2022 season, you start out with Hastings. And you guys came right out the gates and really had a physical presence out there. It looked like a team that was on the up and coming. You win 28-0, I believe the score was. And statistically, you guys just dominated, especially up front. Tell me, Coach, I want to talk to you first, Coach. Tell me what it's like to see all the hard work. I know you've been there for a few years. You came from Elkhorn South over with the head coach, and you're used to just winning and being successful. And then you got to kind of start over at Elkhorn North. What's it like to finally, see your hard work pay off with such a great effort on last Friday night against Hastings?
Yeah, there's no doubt that it's been a tough couple years. But I think, more than anything, seeing the kids persevere, like Cole and Matt and a lot of their teammates, it would have been easy at any number of points for them to just throw in the towel. Because it wasn't easy. And I think that's been the most rewarding part of it, is to see these guys like Cole and Matt, put everything they have into the program, and then get off to a great start like this is against a quality program like Hastings is it's a great way to start the year. We got a lot of work left, but I think I speak for like our entire coaching staff that we couldn't be more proud of them, and they're a great group of kids.
After watching the film, of course, I was down there. I like to stay in the end zone and watch, because I get a view of the line way better. That's the film that O-line would watch. But after watching the film, Tim, give me some of the coaches' takeaways from the game. Obviously with the offensive line, but kind of in general. I thought those guys played really well up front. How'd they grade out? How'd it look on film?
Effort's never an issue with these guys. I thought our effort was an A+. I told them their physicality was probably a B+, and I think our execution was more like a C. First game stuff, Hastings is a well-coached group. They were in the semifinals a couple years ago. And they did some things they hadn't put on tape before. I thought our kids did a really good job of adjusting, but the execution can be a little bit better. But I thought our effort and physicality was really great.
Nice. Now, Cole, what about you? What was it like down in the trenches? I feel like when I was seeing you guys come off the ball, you're physical, you're finishing, And, obviously it wasn't perfect, but what was it like down in the trenches going up against Hastings?
It felt good. I definitely think that, like Coach said, we were aggressive. Every play we had enough energy. We were really well conditioned for it. It felt good. Felt good hitting other people other than our own teammates because that can get kind of boring throughout the summer, And it's nice to just kind of work as a team against another team. So it felt good for sure. But again, when we keep working on communication, making sure we know what's going on, we know who we're picking up, and that's kind of what we've been working on so far. So.
Nice, nice. And that showed up on the game. How about you, Matt? You're down in the trenches, O line, D line. Did you guys just want to establish a physical presence? How do you guys think you did with that?
I thought we did a pretty good job of being aggressive and coming off the ball, running off the ball. But I think we could have done a better job of picking up backers and doing our assignments right.
Nice, nice. Yeah, first game, you got to get out there. You got to hit someone, and I always find like from game 1 to game 2, you see a huge improvement because you get to see yourself on film against competitions that's live, not just your guys that you see every day in practice and things like that. Now, Coach, let me ask you this: you and I talk a lot, right? I talked to you last year, and I remember you and I talked about implementing like a wide zone scheme. And it's one of my favorite schemes. It just isn't run in high school football much. I've done a bunch of videos about it. I teach all my guys that I train how to do it. And I saw Coach Kiraher, who assists you over at one gym, and he says, we're doing it. We are going to rep this out all off season, and we are going to put this in the game, and we're going to use it. We're going to run it. And tell me about that wide zone. How did that work out for you guys? I thought you guys stretched the field well. You're still learning it, but how'd you guys feel week 1 with that wide zone?
Yeah, it's definitely one of the schemes we want to major in, along with a couple others. It's for sure a learning curve. We've had to be really committed to it. We've been working on it since about January. We just thought that with some of the athleticism that we have on the line, that it would be good for us. And help us match some numbers at times in the run game. You've been a big help because it's not an easy thing to do. We're still working at it. We got I thought it looked good at times against Hastings, and sometimes it didn't. I'm sure you know all about that too, Coach. But we got a long way to go. We got a bunch of tough opponents left, and I'm hoping if we can get just a little bit better every week, not to be cliche, but if we can get a little bit better each week, hopefully it'll be where we need it to be come October, November.
Yeah, and I find that if you commit to run wide zone, it's kind of like a mindset. Like you're committing to do it, and it sets up so much more of your offense. Plus, you got to get your running backs. I mean, one of the reasons you don't see wide zone run a lot in high school is because the running backs have to be able to they have to make the read, and they have to stretch that play out. Now, you also said, I talked to you for the game. We're down the field, and you're all jacked up. You said, hey, we're running wide zone. We might run some inside zone. We're going to run counter, trap, and duo. And you guys did that. I thought you did very well. Come off the ball. Just keep it easy, keep it simple, and let your guys go out there and play 100%. But I'm going to start over here with Matt here. Tell me about, Coach comes to you and said, hey, guess what? We're running wide zone. We're going to be a running football team. How have your guys embraced that up front?
It took a while to get it down, but once you get it figured out and the running backs know what to do and where to go, read the blocks, everything, it works out really nice. And then obviously the line's got to do their job and get off the ball and get their backers and the D line.
Yeah. It's just get on that track and hit anything in it. Just get a body on them and cover them up, right, and get them moving. How about you, Cole? I know you guys are implementing wide zone, which is a big change, but you guys also run. I saw you and Matt both pulling on counter traps and powers and things like that. Tell me about the plays you guys are running up front. Which ones you like?
We have a lot of different ones. Favorite? I don't know. I just like getting yards, I guess, is my mindset. I don't care what we run. I just want to see a touchdown. But that I have a feeling that wide zone, it's really tough. It's everything has to be exact and precise. But when it works, it works. So I guess right now my mentality is just really wanting to work on that, getting that figured out, because I think when we do, it's going to be a really good play for our offense. So.
Yeah, I agree. And the cat's out of the bag now. You got film on it now, so people know. And one of the things that I love about wide zone is the defense doesn't know really how to defend it, right? Because you reach them hard, but you're still driving them, right? You're not trying to hook them; you're trying to drive them on an angle. And the D lineman's got to pretty much defend two gaps to the play side, but he also has to try to be physical. So if you can get that second step down and just drive him on the angle, the back has an answer every time. He either hits the hole or he cuts it back. So I love it. And I love the way you guys come downhill. Coach, tell me, you got some pretty good skill players back there too, right? Tell me about your skill players, because you got to do the quarterback, man. I mean, that guy was impressive. Basilovic, oh man, he can run, he can throw it. A great asset for your team. I know the O-line up front helps them. You got Chris Young back there, AY's little brother, who was a big star for us on my son's state championship team. I know you got some other guys out there. Tell me about your skill guys on offense and how they're complementing what you guys are doing up front.
Yeah, for sure. Josh is our quarterback. He's a leader. He's been waiting his time. He's really gotten his body right since he was a sophomore. I think he brings a real calm to the team. Christian Young, just like these two, I feel like I've known him my whole life because we've all been together since 2019 playing varsity football. We've got Billy Hendricks, another senior wide receiver, Chase Lofton, Ryder Kyle, Jed Tinglehoff, Tommy Mechna, Chris Thiessen, Austin Shirley, just a great group of kids. I mean, we've had a lot of good groups here, but this group, they seem like they're having more fun than we've had here before. And I think that shows in the play. They're loose, they're confident, and sometimes they make us look good up front. And I like to think sometimes we make them look good. But I love all those guys.
Yeah, you got a special group there, and you guys have had to be, are kind of forged in fire, right? Having to play so many young guys so early, right? When you started out, you didn't have seniors. So,
we took our lumps for sure, Coach.
Yeah, totally. I know how that goes, and hopefully this year is a big payoff for you guys. Cole, tell me about your guys back there, right? You got a pretty good quarterback, and he's a little bit of a change from what you guys had the last couple of years when Easton just loved to run it all the time. But he can make some throws, man. He can drop it in there. Had several big plays, and honestly, he made the first half when I saw, excuse me, he didn't miss any throws. Like a couple, the receiver didn't get off his release, and another one that was right over the shoulder. One guy stopped, so he was almost perfect that first half. Tell me about that quarterback and what he's doing for you guys.
Well, he's a pretty good quarterback to sum it up. Like Coach said, cool, calm, collective, great leader. I love blocking for him because I know that he's going to get it done. I trust him. I trust him with every block that I make. And that's exactly what you want in a quarterback. You want somebody that you can trust to make the right play. And it's nice to have some passing touchdowns, some long 40-yard passing touchdowns. CY, our running back, really good. Again, I just have a lot of confidence in our skill guys. They've gotten so much better over the past couple of years. And it's coming together. It's coming together with the line and the skill, and things are happening. So
I think it is. And having those deep threats really helps because they can't just load up the box and stop the run. Right. You know what I mean? And I think that's what happens when you just don't develop. And those things take time. Matt, tell me about your guys, man. Usually I know quarterback's a special relationship, but the running backs, in my experience, in my 19 seasons, they got to be a part of that O-line, man. They got to be in there with you guys. Tell me about your running backs. What's it like blocking for those guys? And are they right down in there with you, getting hyped up? How are those guys for you guys?
Christian, our starting running back. He does a great job reading blocks and everything, and he gets hyped for us. We get hyped for him when he scores a touchdown. He gives us some love too. And Josh, me and him are pretty good friends, and I've known him since freshman year. He's put in a lot of work this offseason to get ready to be a starting quarterback this year, and he's done a great job for us.
Awesome. That's awesome. I got to ask you this. I'm going back to Cole here. Cole, I know you were elected a captain by your teammates, right?
Yeah.
And tell me what it's like. So you guys you've been in existence a couple years, and you've had a tough couple of years. I think it was the World Herald today. I think you guys are ranked now, right? I saw you guys ranked number 10 in Class B. And I mean, what's it like to come through this thing and your senior year, you're starting off so well, and you see yourself your team getting ranked? I mean, this is the first time in school history, and you guys are a part of bringing this program up. Tell me what that feels like.
It feels good, but that we're not gonna hang on that. Coach was just talking to us a couple of days ago. He said, something that's even worse than saying you suck is you guys are really good, because it gives you the chance to let off the engine and say, oh, well, I'm good, so I can stop. As far as I'm concerned, every game we're gonna play, we're playing the Buccaneers for all I care. We're that's the mindset. We don't win until it's over. Until we have that trophy in our hands. I really don't care what we're ranked. I care that we win. We get better every practice, so I guess that's my mindset.
Yeah, it's kind of cool to be validated to say like we feel like we can play with these ranked teams, but let's not get too much accolades and coast a little bit. That's pretty cool. How about you, Matt? Do you feel like coming up into your senior year, you guys have something to prove? Because I think last couple of years you guys hadn't done so well, and all of a sudden you guys get a little recognition and feel like you belong. Is that kind of the mentality of you guys up front and this team in general?
Like Cole said, we're just trying to focus on each week at a time. This week we're focused on Lincoln Northwest, and we're just one game at a time.
That's one game, one practice.
That's a great answer.
Yeah, Coach must have coached you guys up, man.
No,
well, that's good though. That's good. I mean, that mentality from your leadership is where it comes from. You have to have good leaders on the sidelines, but also have to have good leaders in the huddle and on the field in the classroom too. All right, Coach, you got the first one in, and now, like they say, you got to go out and keep doing it. So you got a Lincoln Northwest, which is a startup, and then you kind of get into the meat and potatoes of your schedule. You got Crete coming up, Grand Island Northwest, who's always tough. Westview is a newer school. Might not be a huge challenge there, but it's more of the challenge to come back. And then you got the Antlers who are you wanted to prove that you're right there in Elkhorn, and finish up with Bennington, and Blair's a good team. Tell me about the mentality of this team going forward, and like kind of from the coaching staff, what are you telling these guys as far as your schedule goes and things like that? Do you have any games circled, or is it? I know it's week to week and day by day, but as a team, what's your mantra for this regular season?
Well, I think first of all, every team you just named presents challenges for us. We got Lincoln Northwest this week. That's a quality coaching staff. There's got coaches on that staff who are familiar with our program. We've been watching them on tape. They executed really well for a first-year program. We thought, especially on offense, to get 2 touchdowns like they did. And they're very multiple on defense. We spent a lot of time trying to figure out where we think they're going to be, where we think they're not going to be. They've really got our full attention. And each team you laid out there, I can tell you, is going to have our full attention. Crete's always tough and physical. Grand Island Northwest is a perennial top 5, top 10 team. Coach Ryan at Westview is going to have those kids ready to go. I know they're going to be young with freshmen and sophomores, but I can bet you anything there's going to be talent there. And I think this group, with the trials and tribulations we've been through, I think they know better than to look ahead. And we're just not. I know it's cliche, and I wish I could give you a better answer about games we had circled or all that kind of stuff, but I think we know better than that, and we're just looking forward to Lincoln Northwest, and like the kids put so well, just trying to get better every day. You want some insight into our program and Coach Stanley? We 100% feel that we win games on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Okay. That is something we've been talking about since day one here, that our practices need to be more competitive than the games. The hardest days of the week need to be Tuesday and Wednesday. And that all comes from Coach Stanley. And we're just trying to follow his lead. And that's what we're hoping can get us over the hump here as we keep moving on through this season. Hopefully that's a better answer for you, Coach.
No, I think it's great. I mean, you guys have came from some quality programs in Elkhorn South, and I'm sure you learned it from his coaching mentors. And that's my experience on the best teams I've been on are the ones who practice the best. You can't really simulate football unless you play it. And then when you get to the game, it's your reward. Is
right, payday.
Yep, it gets to see in the game. All right, guys. So for you guys here, I'll let Cole go first, the captain. Give me some dirt on your O-line mates, man. Tell me what it's like in that locker room. I mean, O-line's always a close group, man. We did some weird stuff. But feel free here. We're going to share with everyone. Share some dirt on your dudes, maybe Matt over here or some of your other guys. Tell me what the personalities are of this line.
Oh, man. All right. So we got Brock. He's a center, him and Matt are pretty tight. They got the center gang, tight group of centers. Me and Winters are on the left side. We got Sammy at right tackle. He's pretty interesting character. He gets it done. Really good. We got Cole Daubert, right guard. Him and Sammy are good buds. So, we've been through a lot together. As a line, and you just know each other so well. You see each other every day and working together. It's kind of hard to describe, but it's just a brotherhood, I guess, with our line. We've been working hard, for 3 years now, and pushing each other to be the best we can be. We've grown so much together. It's definitely going to be the thing I miss the most after this year for football, for sure, is that brotherhood.
Yeah, man, that's a great way to describe it. The brotherhood. As O linemen, you got to do everything together. I remember in high school, we'd always go to the Old Country Buffet because it was $6.99 and we can eat all we could over there. But you got to stick together, and then that kind of stuff shows up on Friday nights for you guys. Matt, I heard Colt's kind of talking about, you guys are left side, and then you got the right side. I mean, do you have like a rivalry there? I mean, I played left guard and left tackle in college, and we always just like left side, and we kind of always push ourselves to do better than that right side. Did you guys have that on that left side?
I mean, not really, but I mean, me and Cole like to be competitive, like seeing whose double teams are better,
Yeah.
And me and Brock are pretty tight as well. We like to call ourselves the center gang, since when he goes out at center, I fill in for him and vice versa. And I mean, Sam Thomas, I've known him for 3 years now. We're pretty good buds as well. And then, I mean, just the whole line in general, really tight group.
That's awesome to hear, man. That makes it fun out there. All right, Coach. So tell me about what's like coaching these guys. Okay, we're kind of wrapping up with that.
Yeah. Well, a couple things.
You also rotate in guys.
Oh, sorry. Say that again, Coach.
I said, yeah. Tell me about these guys. I know you got a 5 up front, but I know you're pulling the old Wardman, rotating linemen once in a while too, just to keep them fresh and do that. But start with these guys and tell me about and how they're progressing.
Sure. So I'll start with Matt. He's also one of our captains, Coach. And
oh God, I apologize. I didn't see that. It looks different on here, man. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, I know he wouldn't be the one to tell you that, but I think the thing about Matt, Coach, I know you'll appreciate this. Matt can play all 5 positions on our line. He plays starts at left guard. He plays a lot at center, and I could put him anywhere. I mean, honestly, I think he could play tight end and know what to do. And Matt is probably one of our fiercest competitors. I think that's one of his best traits. I know that's what I appreciate about him. Ultra competitive, brings it every day. Cole's definitely one of our leaders. He's been a starter here since 2019 as a sophomore. He's definitely grown and matured. Cole's consistent, man. He is, it's not a term you use at the high school level, but he's a pro. Cole shows up to work every day. He knows what he's supposed to do. He gets it done, and he's consistent, and he's an example and a vocal leader for the other guys. I just saw him coaching up one of our backups right after practice today when he didn't need to be doing that. And not to mention, they're both extremely talented. They've both got great size, and they're both really elite movers. They can both really move, Coach. And then, we got a couple of great juniors who are three juniors, I guess, starting on the other side. Our center, Brock Marler, right tackle, Sam Thomas, right guard, Cole Daubert. All great players. I know you don't have an hour, so I'll try not to get into too much.
Hey, we can talk online all night.
Yeah, look, Sam's probably the most physical guy we have. He can move extremely well. He's all of 6'6", 260. Cole Daubert's just starting this year after not seeing much time as a sophomore, and I couldn't be more proud of him. And Brock Marler's started every game at Elkhorn North and is also just an incredible leader for us and a great team guy. And a lot of guys look up to Brock. And then we got some young guys who are really I'll quickly name a few of these young guys. We got Ben Madrigal, a really powerful sophomore, Sam Huff, another just incredible athlete. He could probably play tight end, but I get to have him at offensive tackle, which is awesome. Oh yeah, he's great. Let's see, Logan Bird's been doing a really good job. We've got Blake Freed and Johnny Tran battling it out over at left tackle over some reps. I don't think I'm forgetting anybody right now, but a lot of guys doing a really good job. It's as deep as we've been on the offensive line. And, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention the work that these guys have done for the last few years in the weight room with Coach Sharar. I know you know Justin. I really believe our strength and conditioning program is second to none. We have an incredible facility, and more important than the facility is the guys taking them through that strength and conditioning program. 6 a.m., 4 days a week, year round, basically, right, guys? I can't believe the way these guys have changed their bodies since they've been here. And really, I mean, that everything we're talking about here starts in that weight room. Coach Stanley, Coach Sharar, putting these guys through the paces to get them ready to play on Friday nights. And honestly, I think it's the heart and soul of our football team is what goes on in that weight room, 6 a.m. So hopefully that's a good answer for you, Coach.
I think that was a great answer. And I tell you what, the secret's out, man. You guys are up and comers. You guys definitely belong where you are. You're a force to be contended with as you go through this schedule. I don't think anyone's going to be overlooking you guys, which is going to make it a little bit tougher on you. But that's, if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best, and you got a schedule coming up that's going to allow you with some challenges. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some, but you guys keep getting better every day. I think you do well, guys. Matt, Cole, senior year, man. There's nothing better than your high school senior year football season. I mean, it's a blast. Don't blink because it's going to be gone soon. So enjoy every moment. Give everything you got out there. Don't hold anything back because who knows when it's going to end. And leave your legacy, man. Leave your mark. I think you guys are doing that already, but now the onus is on you guys to keep that up. So you've earned it. You've earned some recognition. You've earned some wins, and I think you're going to do well this year. So, Coach, Matt, Cole, I really appreciate you guys coming on here. I'm going to share this out there for you guys. Just share it with all your friends and just keep doing well. I'm pulling for you guys, and I'm sure I'll see you guys again out there this year out on the gridiron. So thanks again for joining me. I really appreciate it. Elkhorn North, they have big games coming up, and they are now a ranked team ready to be contended with. So, guys, thanks for coming out.
Hey, thanks for having us, Coach. Appreciate what you do for high school football.
I love it, man. I love it. Have a good one now, guys, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.